Hey, my name is George with Truck Driver Nation. If you got a minute, I wouldn't turn this off if I were you because I know you're in a truck. Majority of you guys are. If you want to get out of the truck and start making money, because I know what you're making as an actual truck driver these days, and it sucks for everybody. I drove for 24 years, and I totally get it. What I want to do is I want to show you exactly what freight dispatchers are making, and this is the reason I quit driving the trucks, came out and started doing freight dispatching. It don't take but a second, so give me a moment of your time. I'm not going to hang you up. If after I show you this, if you want to get off the truck, then you need to get with me. We do charge for the school. If you're crying, baby, about having to pay some money, think about how much money you're losing being on that truck. Losing. This pays you over $3,000 a week just by doing 5 to 7 trucks. So if that doesn't interest you, well, I didn't mean to waste your time. Please get with me if you want another trucking job. I got those coming out my butt. I'd be more than happy to stick you with another carrier. Hopefully they can do you better than whatever carrier you're with. If you're actually watching this, I totally get it. I've been screwed over by carriers too. But if you actually want to, learn how to dispatch and make good money and be home with your family or be able to travel, because I got this thing called virtual nomads, right? Digital nomads. These are people that work on their computer. They work from home, and this allows you to do the exact same thing. So, anyways, give me 1 second and let's go over this. So the whole point is, you know how much your truck makes a week, right? Give or take. What I'm gonna use is dry van. So because everybody has experienced dry van because that's usually what all of us started out doing when we first got into trucking. So let's say that we actually got a dry van and we know that dry van. I'm just going to use $6,000 as a reference point because that's about what a dry van does. So we'll take this first one. You got 3 points it's going to cover: the gross income per that truck, the number of trucks that you're going to dispatch, and the percentage that you're going to charge. Now, and the thing is, remember, when you're saying, where am I going to get the owner operators? I give you the owner operators. You're not having to do jack shit. I mean, I'm literally giving you everything you're needing because I was a driver recruiter. I still recruit. I don't really recruit. I take care of my trucks because I dispatch as well. But anyways, take this, slide it on over to 6,000 or somewhere close to it. Ain't got to be perfect. We'll just do, what is it, $6,012. And then, so let's say for example, people do between 10 and 12 trucks. I'm not going to do between 10 and 12 trucks because I'm not going to work that damn hard. I've already been working my life away already. So me, myself, I do 7 trucks. So now I've got $612 per truck at 7 trucks. As you can see right here, that brought that to about $42,084 in gross revenue for the week. Okay. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll back it down. I'm going to do it. Actually, I'm going to do this for people that just are not real energetic. They just 5 trucks and they're happy. And I get it. And that's all fine. But that's still over $30,000 a week that you're just doing on 5 trucks because you have to make 6,000. You sure the hell don't make 6,000. That truck's not making no money anyways. So you're not going to be having those owner operators anyways because you can't even manage to read a load board and do it because that's what a load board will pay you. Anyway, you can sit around and pull that. You can do better if you're actually dealing with direct shippers. But if you're just going to do load board, guarantee that's what you're going to be looking at a week. So the next thing is, what are you going to charge? If you work for a company, now a company's going to charge you because I got it all the way up to 15%. Trucking companies charge owner operators a lot more than 15%. So let's say, for example, we go all the way up to 15%. That trucking company for 5 trucks for 6,000 a week, that trucking company is making $4,509. That's without you. That's literally what they're making. Now they actually charge 20 to 28% because I'm a driver recruiter too. Remember, we got driver recruiter in. So I know what they're making. And that's the reason I tell people, why in the hell do you want to go put your truck on with a carrier? Well, they give me plates, they give me fuel cards, and well, I'm not going to get off to it because it's plain stupid. But anyways, if you go down to 3%, that's what you're going to make. So basically, for 5 trucks, okay, you're going to make, if you want to go to work for a trucking company, I can put you to work with a trucking company like less than $1,000. So why would you do that? The next thing is they're going to show you what you make just doing it your damn self. So what I charge, because I only got my MCs, actually I make more than this because I do step decks, but this is for dry van. I charge 10%. If you got 1 truck, 10% as low as I'm going. If you got 2 trucks, I'll do 8%. Anybody that's more than 5 trucks, they're going to do their own thing inside their own business anyways because they're making enough revenue. So if I'm doing this truck, if I was doing this, I mean, personally, I know you can do better than this because I do better than this. But $6,000, 5 trucks at 10% means I would, if I was going that low, I'd make $3,000 and $3,006 a week. That's what literally I would bring home as that independent owner operator's freight dispatcher. Now, what I make, I do I do step decks. So me doing step decks, I make somewhere between 8,500 and 9,500 a week. I'm just gonna put it at 9,000, keep it kind of fair. Give me a second. So we're running around 9,000. I do 7 trucks and I only charge 10%. I'm not going because I got 1 truck a piece. I do 10%. So give or take, right there, doing that, I make about $6,003. Actually, I make give or take between 5,000 and not. I don't always quite get 6,000 because you got to understand something. These people are taking time off. I got people that they got doing 34-hour restarts. They ran their ass off last week because with step decks it's a little bit different because they're not having to tarp nothing. I'm trying to get as many miles in on them as I can. Now for our ELD service, it depends on each one of my owner operators have their own ELD service. So based on their service, will that ELD service adjust their miles? 2 of them, they will. So they run like they damn smoke crack cocaine, and that's all fine and dandy. And I get it because I used to do the same thing. But give or take, I make between about 5,000, give or take short of 6,000 a week, and that's what I bring home. But remember, I'm doing 7 trucks, and I only do step decks. I don't give a damn if they come with a flatbed. I only do step decks because I established myself inside trucking companies and brokers that mainly only use, well, they use other trailers, but they know that I've got step decks. If you're going to do a flatbed, at least make sure you do a Conestoga so you're not beating the hell out of your people and they're not having to tarp everything. That would just be cool on your behalf because you know what they're going through if you know how to do flatbeds and step decks. And I get it. If they don't have it, well, you ain't got no choice but to use what they have. But that being said, this is what it looks like. So why would you keep wanting to drive trucks? Because I know what you're making. Majority of you are making less than $1,500 a week. That is plain fucking sickening. Okay. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I am a fellow truck driver talking to you. And the thing is, I teach more than just truck drivers this course. I teach people that are like daughters or kids or wives of owner operators or truck drivers. They're out on the road working and their wives are making more money than them because they sent them to this school and we taught them and we got them up to speed. We give them everything. We give them the contracts, we give them the drivers, we give them everything because people don't understand an average lead to give somebody that's a driver that you're going to call or somebody of interest that you're going to call. Those things cost between $2 and $3 per phone number. And we literally give them, I give them on average about 1,000 of them at a time because they're going to need them because you're going to actually get between 5 to 10% of those. Now, once you reach your what you need between 5 and 7 drivers, if you want to do 10, you want to do 12 owner operators and run that many trucks, help yourself to it. Me, 7 is all I need. I'm 54 years old and I'm not trying to work myself to death no more. But if you do 5 to 7, you can do plenty good. Try to concentrate on only doing one type of trailer. It makes it easier when you're dealing with direct shippers and dealing with the load boards. But anyways, that being said, I definitely expect you to give me a call. Definitely look at truckdrivernation.com because if you don't, then you're missing out on an opportunity where you can get out of the truck, start living your life, start traveling, and quit being a prisoner out in that truck. That truck behind me right there, that was my prize for all those years working hard. That was my baby. I thought I had it made. But by the time I got that truck, I was so damn miserable and disgruntled and unhappy just in the trucking industry because I was a prisoner. Instead of being in a small prison box, I had a little bit bigger prison box, right? And that truck had everything on it. So I got out of it. In fact, that Rapid Logistics right there on the side door, they promised me they was going to do this and do that. Bullshit. Didn't give me nothing, dude. I mean, call them yourself. Ask them who George DeLorme is. They'll tell you who I am. Thing is, bullshit. I mean, even when I was trying to look up my loads, I was having a hard time trying to look them up and drive my truck at the same time. That's the reason owner operators need you as a qualified dispatcher. You're already a truck driver. You know what I know if you've had any time out there on the road. So don't take your skills and just throw them away. We do have something we can do besides just drive those trucks. But anyways, that being said, I hope to hear from you. Please like or dislike or whatever you want to do to this. I'm going to put this on YouTube. and get with me and let me see how I can help you out. Because the whole point behind this is you quit suffering being a truck driver in a market that just ain't that user friendly. Because it depends on the driver, truck, I mean, the dispatchers with the company you're working with is only going to be the reflection of actually what you're going to get. There is money to still be made. People could say, oh, the market's whatever. The market's gone for people that don't know how to sit there, deal with the brokers, and get the freight that's needed for that given truck. If I can do it, you can do it. There ain't nothing magical about me. So don't act like you can't get this handled unless you just don't believe in yourself. Hell, I can't fix that one for you, but I know that you can get off the trucks. But, anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching this. Please be safe out there on that road. Please consider getting out of that truck. Give me the opportunity. I want to be the one that teaches you, gets you where you need to be. There's other dispatch schools. Help yourself with them. They don't give you contracts. They don't give you leads. They don't give you nothing. They give you a little certificate, which is not even required to actually be an independent freight dispatcher. But they want to feel like that they shined it over your eyes and gave you something that rewarded you. That's not, we've all been screwed over enough in trucking. That's the last thing I'm going to do. But, anyways, get with me and we'll take it from there. But I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching this content. Be blessed out there. Talk to you soon.